K-Street Capital is a Washington, D.C.-based venture fund founded by Paige Soya in 2012 with an AUM of over 65 million, including 70 portfolio companies, out of which 2 are unicorns. We had the pleasure of collaborating with Paige on her podcast, High Stakes, and here's how her experience was. So I guess to start things off, what really was the genesis behind starting High Stakes?
So we started the High Stakes podcast really because we wanted it to be a resource for our audience, which was other investors, early stage angel investors or VCs, and founders the kind of companies that we invested in. So we wanted to share content that we had learned of all the deals and things we'd seen over the years, just to help them learn and stay on top of certain trends. That was the original intent.
That's awesome to know. What were some of the bottlenecks, perhaps, for the podcast before starting our work together?
I think the biggest challenge we had before we started working with Atomik was reaching our audience. We didn't really know how to do that with a podcast, and we weren't really doing the right things. We weren't doing trailers, we weren't doing shorts, we weren't even on YouTube, we didn't even have a channel. There was just a lot of stuff we were doing wrong, and Atomik helped us figure out how to do that and how to reach our audience, and it was just incredible. I mean, we've got I think 3 times the audience size now, just after a few months of working with you guys.
How do you think distributing content on LinkedIn has helped your personal brand and thereby K-Street Capital?
I think what's more important to me than my personal brand was our firm's brand, K-Street's brand. And from the perspective of after we started doing the shorts and trailers, which those ended up being the biggest success, we have a lot more listeners and viewers in that form of content than we do with the actual full episode. And then it brings people in to send them to the full episode. So we do have more viewers on the full episode too as a result of it, which is great. But ultimately what it did for us is that it really increased our inbound deal flow. I mean, we're investors, so we're always looking for the right companies to invest in. And a lot of the things that founders were saying is I found you on this podcast, that's why I reached out to you. So it's just been really cool to see.
What's it been like working with Atomik Growth?
Incredible. We love you guys. You're super fast. I think you take feedback well. You're always on it when we want changes. The communication has been really good. Also, you guys give us feedback on what we should be doing, right? Telling us about the trailers and the shorts, telling us that we should have a YouTube presence. All that stuff it's super helpful. I said it before, but I'll say it again. We love working with you guys. We'll work with you guys forever.
Would you recommend Atomik Growth to another venture capital fund?
100%. And I do all the time, by the way. I don't know if you work with any of the people I've shared you guys with, but yeah, we share about you guys all the time.
Thank you so much for coming on here, and I've really enjoyed our collaboration, and I hope that High Stakes keeps growing.